I don't know what that was. Hi everybody and welcome back. It's Alondra La OT, and today's video is just to tell you a little bit about myself and some background information of who I am and how I got to this point as far as occupational therapy goes. So let's get into it. So a little bit about me. My name is Alondra. My mother is from El Salvador, and that's where that comes from. I am like one of 8 children, so a lot of kids in my family, and I'm number 3, which is the best number that there is. Probably why it's my favorite number. Anyway, siblings, I don't want to hear it. And my father, I found out later in life when I was almost 30 that he is from Haiti. So although physically I look black, which is where that comes from, but I identify more with the Latin culture. But I recognize that I am both, and I'm American, so boom, there you have it. So I grew up in Maryland and Prince George's County. Shout out to anyone out there from PG County. And after high school, I joined the military. I was in the Air Force for a few years. I was stationed in North Dakota. So it's freezing there. It's super cold. So the first thing I wanted to do when I got out of the military was go to the warmest place I could think of, which was Florida. And when I was in Florida, I went to massage school, or massage therapy, I should say. After that, I took a job working with an airship company. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the term airship, it's basically a blimp. So I'm sure some of you have probably seen like the Goodyear blimp. Well, I was with the MetLife blimp. And if I can find a picture, I'm going to put it like right here or right here. I don't know. And it was a pretty cool job. I got to travel around the US a little bit, and mainly on the East Coast. And then when I finished with that, I was like, I'm ready to put my massage therapy certification to use and settle down somewhere. And then I went to the second warmest place I could think of, which was California. And that's where I am at now. So I did massage therapy for a little bit, and then I had my first son, and I was like, you know what? I need to go back to school. I think that in order to be able to provide for my family, I want to make sure that I have a job that's a little bit more stable and not so dependent on the economy. And I went back to school. After I graduated with my undergrad in kinesiology, I was like, my plan was, I love how the body works, and that's why I did massage therapy. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll do physical therapy. That's why I did kinesiology. But then I was like, something's missing. I felt that occupational therapy really supported and encompassed everything that I was looking for. So that's how I sort of discovered occupational therapy. And then I also had a family event, and then it really kind of forced me to explore occupational therapy. So then I began, looking into different programs, and I found Samuel Merritt University, my alma mater. And that school's in Oakland. And I have to tell you, it was probably the best decision I've ever made. And I know some people are like, well, it's a private school, it's expensive. But you know what? For me personally, it was worth it just simply because of the environment that the school created. It's a small class size. They're very hands-on, and that's my type of learning. I'm very hands-on. And I also want to feel supported. So they had a lot of resources available. Overall, great school experience. And our program was actually a Master of Occupational Therapy program. And then the incoming class after us had the option of getting a master or a doctorate. But now, for the incoming class of 2018 that started this fall, it's only doctorate program. And as many of you know, our profession is moving towards doctorate by 2027, I think it is. So it is what it is. I know for me personally, I will eventually be going for my doctorate or my PhD. And it may not necessarily be to teach, but I think having that option is great. But I plan on doing big things, and I'm not sure what yet, but I know that's the route that I want to take eventually. Here I am. I graduated from the master's program. I'm an occupational therapist, registered and licensed. I took my test within 5 weeks of finishing my last field work. I took the exam, passed, and now I'm just applying for jobs. So that's where I am at this point in time, and I look forward to updating you guys. If you guys have any more questions or want to get to know me a little bit more, feel free to ask, and I will try to answer some of those comments in the next video. The next video will probably be about some of my tips for studying for the boards, and everyone has, their 2 cents to add, and I'll add my 2 cents, but we'll get into that a little bit more. And another thing that I wanted to say that I hope my video channel does, I really want to bring on guest speakers, so stay tuned for that as well. My cat, every time I record a video, he's here. Why?
Oh, he said mama.
He's purring.
Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Aww.